Okay, so the document preview is a really nice feature to look at so that you can scan through the document and make sure that everything's been answered. The other two tabs here that come in handy are the answer summary is nice. It just gives you basically a list of the prompts and then your answers for each of those prompts. And this is nice because if you've got a very long template, say it's 60, 80 pages, but then you don't have as many variable fields inside that template, then what you can do is complete your interview and then scan through your answer summary to make sure that your answers are intelligible and spelled correctly and whatnot. And so then that way when you have assembled the document, you're confident that your answers are in place. And so you don't have to scan through the document as closely to try to account for your answers. The question summary is a nice document for printing out and presenting to like a new client. So if you've got an intake document and the client comes in the door and you want the client to fill out the intake, then you could print out the question summary, present it to them, they provide answers, and then you can enter those answers into HotDocs. Now, yeah, so the answer summary and the question summary can both be printed by clicking on the little print button on the toolbar. The document preview will, if you're in the document preview, you can just print the document from the toolbar as well. Okay, back over to the interview. Now, you see that we've answered questions here, and so the dialog icons are blue. At any point as you're going through the interview, this is kind of a short interview, but if you've got a longer interview, then you may want to save your answers as you're going along. You do that by clicking on this Save Answers button that's right above your question summary tab there on the toolbar. And clicking that will allow you to save your answers down into your answer file directory. And I'm not going to complete that right now, but I wanted you to be aware of being able to save answers as you go along. We're going to save our answers at a different point in this training, so I'm going to cancel that. All right, so at salary and benefits here, we complete that dialog, and then we click next, and we're presented with the end of interview options here. Now, what's listed in this end of interview dialog is determined by which buttons are displayed on this dialog in your HotDocs options. So if you click on that, you can make changes here. So if I didn't want the paste the assembled document to an open word processor document, I could deselect that and click OK, and then that would disappear. And I just have the send assembled document to Microsoft Word, or the save the assembled document as a PDF. So you can change which buttons are displayed on this dialog. You also note that as we can see from the dialog outline, you also have the note that you have 0 unanswered questions. If I were to go back to job information and erase my answer as editor, then come back down here to end of interview, you'll see that I have one unanswered question. So if you end up having a warning about an unanswered question, then you can go back and provide answers for that, or you can just note that and assemble the document with the unanswered question. I don't recommend that, but some people do that. So this, in other words, this is not going to prevent you from assembling the document. However, if we take a glance at document preview, then you'll see that if you do assemble the document with an unanswered question that HotDocs requires an answer for, then you'll get this ugly variable name with asterisks on either side in your document. And if you're going through the interview and you glance at your document preview, you can quickly tell what's not answered by this red text and the asterisks. And I can click in that field and go back to that part of the interview and provide an answer. And then I'm going to click down on the end of interview. Now, yeah, just real quick, as we went through the dialogue, the interview outline, I was just clicking the next button, next, but the interview outline is not necessarily something you have to go through linearly. You can jump around. So I could click on job information over here and then answer or change my answers to that. I can click on employee information and change an answer. So be aware of that. However, sometimes templates are developed such that it's best to answer the fields in one dialog before you get to another dialog, because that next dialog might have conditioning that that insists that you answer something before you answer fields in that dialog. Okay, so at the end of interview, you can click on these buttons to send the assembled document to Word, and optionally check that box to close the window, or you can save the assembled document as a PDF. So I'm going to click on this, send the assembled document to Microsoft Word, and what that does is it will open the document in Word, and then at that point you would be able to save it down, and I'll talk about that a little bit more in a minute. The other thing that you can do is you can save the assembled document as a PDF. I'm sorry, I'm going to close some of the Word windows I had open. Okay, so we're going to save it, save the document as a PDF, and you simply assign a name for it, and then save, and then it will convert using the HotDocs PDF driver, and you can add any metadata that you like down here, and then we'll click OK. And then if we go look at our documents window where I saved it, then I can see my assembled PDF document. Okay, now you notice that clicking on those and then not checking the boxes close this window kept the interview open. So that's a good way of, especially when you're sending the assembled document to Word, you can send that out, take a look at the Word document, see how it looks, and then if you need to change anything, you come back here to the interview, make the change, and then send the document to Word again, and then take the better of the two documents. Otherwise, if you've looked through the document preview and everything looks really good, then you can simply click the Finish button, and clicking the Finish Interview button will then pull up the Word document in the background, and then in the foreground it will prompt you to save your answers. So you see where I didn't save my answer file yet. It says answers have been changed during this session. The current answer file is new answer file. And do you want to save these changes for use later? And so I'm going to click Save, And again, we're presented with the Save Answer File as window that looks just like you were to save a Word document. You just simply, in the file name field there, name your answer file and then give it an exclusive date, and then you click Save. And then that will save the answer file down and close the interview. And then here you've got your assembled Word document. Everything looks really good. At this point, you would then save things down to your document management system. And here I'm just going to save it in my documents. And then that's your saved Word document. Then over here on the Word side, you can do anything that you would normally do in a Word document. So if I wanted to add a new paragraph, then I could do that. You can also make changes to certain text, but if just to give you a good idea of how you would go about this, if you want to make changes to a value that's associated with a variable, like the name of the person, the name of the employee in this case, then it's better to go back to your interview, relaunch the interview and make the change there and reassemble the document, because that way the answer that you prefer is then carried with you from document template to document template. Otherwise, you make a change to this one document and then you'll perpetuate that mistake in the answer as you take your answer file forward to other document templates you'll use it with. Okay, so this video has taught you how to assemble a basic text document template. Thank you very much.